It's no, there's no sound on YouTube either. I mean on Zoom either. Also, but
Why isn't? Yep, we should be good now. I'm gonna get off the phone so that people can't hear me. All right, bye. You hear it, Dante? I don't know if you really don't put a slide. I would. Yep, there'd be a delay on that. Yeah, I don't think we need a 1,000.
Read the bottom. Oh, oh, it's going to be fun. I was going to play with that.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to be bringing Don out in just a couple more minutes to give everybody a chance to get settled in. As always, the Thursday live stream is a free show. Do not feel obligated to tip. But for those who want to help support, there are links in all of the chats. And we will be sharing all those tips with our partner tonight. And we'll get started in just a moment.
Hi everybody. If you can hear me, go like this. Good deal. Hello, welcome. It's storming to beat the band where I am right now. There's thunder and lightning, but so far we're still connected here. So welcome to Thursday night with Dawn White. And tonight we have a really special, cool night. I'm going to show you, just spend a little time here for those of you that are new to let you know how it lays out for the evening. So this is starting out on Zoom. I'm performing on Zoom, and we're streaming it to YouTube and to Facebook. But I like Zoom because I like the interactive nature of it, and I can hear people with some restrictions. So what we're going to try to do is unmute as many people as possible so that I can have some interaction and hear some laughter and not feel like I'm performing to a computer screen, which makes me feel peculiar at the least. So if you are in a quiet place, which means no dog's going to bark, or that's a pretty quiet place, no fire engines going by, and you think it's going to stay quiet for a while, I want you to raise your hands the way that Sarah and Tommy and some other people are doing right now. So the way you do this in Zoom, Brandon will show you here, is that down at the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a participants icon. There it is with the two torsos. And when you click on that, it opens up and you can see a blue hand. Where is it? Down the bottom there. And when you click that, that means that you're raising your hand, and it means that you believe that you're in a pretty quiet place. And the more of those that we get, the better it is for me and for us, because we feel like we're at a concert, because we can hear people and have some interaction. So don't worry if it gets noisy there. We're going to unmute you sort of selectively, and if something happens, Brandon will mute you again and unmute you later. But I think we can get more than that, so let's see if we can get a few more. Come on now, there you go. Tim Murphy from Colorado chiming in a quiet place. That's good. So so that's good for now. So here, let's unmute them all here, and we'll test it. So so now we have about 6 or 7 of you unmuted. So this is so when I count to 3, just pretend I said the funniest thing that ever happened on the planet Earth and laugh your head off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go ahead. All right. So now you know what it sounds like to be interactive. Now you also know that any sound that you make is as loud as me, so you have to be careful. Kind of think of yourself in a church basement with the minister talking, and he's a strict minister, and when you open a bag of chips, he stops the sermon and points you out. So we're good with that there. So this is how the night's going to lay out. We are partnering tonight with a place in Michigan called Food Gatherers, which is a place that just feeds people like crazy in that community and throughout the whole state, as far as I can tell. And the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to show just a short, like an advertisement from them showing what they do. I think it's 1.5 minutes, and then right after that, Brandon, I'm not going to introduce him. Just click on David Tamulevich. He's going to tell you a little bit about the Defiantly Hopeful series, and then he's going to introduce our opening act today, which is very exciting, our opening act. And then I'll do my bit until about 20 past, maybe 8 or something like that. And then if you want to hang around, we have some special guests for the after party. We have some special guests for our after party where we have a song circle and conversation, and you never quite know who's going to pop into that. So that's the way the night's going to lay out. So the first thing that's going to happen, Brandon, if you've got that set up, let's take a look at Food Gatherers, so that you know that if you're in a position to donate tonight, a percentage of the money is going to go to this organization right here.
Hello, everybody. My name is David Tamulevich, and I host these Defiantly Hopeful Sessions. I've been doing it for a couple of months now. There are occasional concerts, and we're so happy to have Don White and the special guest tonight. I hope you'll stick around for the after party because it's something pretty special. And I'm so glad to be working with Food Gatherers. As you can see by that great video, they are just a shining light here in the greater Ann Arbor area. We've worked and done fundraisers for them a number of times over the years, and they're just so great and so needed.
Okay, relax.
And
Don't forget to
the guitar music that you heard at the beginning is I've been listening to this at Don's shows for several weeks now and wondering just who is that great guitarist there. And I'm so happy tonight that Don has brought Steve Rapson here. So please give him a warm hand of applause.
Hi, Steve. Woo.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, David, for that lovely introduction. I am going to do a song that I wrote last month with myself, but I'm going to do the song with my granddaughter, Savannah Gerard, because it turns out Savannah can sing. And it's amazing how much better that makes a song sound when the person singing it can actually sing. So this is my song called Hope.
When you're on your own and the world is cold, facing the unknown, searching for that pot of gold. Surely rainbows end, must be getting close, maybe just around the bend, with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of hope. The robin sings his song, hoping someone hears and wants to sing along. With a little bit of hope, you open a new door. With hope you're not afraid, that's what hope is for. So when the road is all uphill and you think you cannot cope, you find you have the will. With a little bit of hope, with a little bit of hope, the robin sings his song, hoping someone hears and wants to sing along. With a little bit of hope, you open a new door. With hope you're not afraid, that's what hope is for. With hope you're not afraid, that's what hope is for.
Wow. Savannah, Steve, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank
Say
you.
thank
Wow.
Thank you.
And now, the show that you've all been waiting for, my friend, Don White.
Yeah. Oh, how about that? Man, that was really good. What a great way to kick this thing off. Multi-generational. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That made me think of this thing here. Let me, this is a song about, finding your, not being afraid to sing with your grandfather or with anybody, or to don't just go ahead and do it. It's worth it. There's no money in it, I guess all us folk singers would say, but it's worth it and it's good. So here we'll send this out to Steve's granddaughter. hard, dark, cold world with everybody in their cars in a million-mile traffic jam trying to get to their jobs. You there with your bright light, hiding in your little room with your guitar and your pencil, writing your secret tune. Go light, go light, go light the world on fire. This is your day, it's your time. Go light the world on fire. In the first part, if you learn what you love to do. In the middle part, if you do it a lot, till it becomes a part of you. In the last part, you can give the world the best work of your life. And then you lay down with a big smile, tell this whole world good night. Go light, go light, go light the world on fire. This is your day, it's your time. Go light the world on fire. It is a hard, dark, cold world with everybody in their cars in a million-mile traffic jam trying to get to their jobs. We need you to come on down from your little room. Bring your bright light to the dark night. Play us your secret tune. Go light, go light, go light the world on fire. This is your day, it's your time. Go light the world on fire. Go light, go light, go light the world on fire. This is your day, it's your time. Go light the world on fire. Go light the world on fire. Go on and light the world on fire. Ta-da!
All right, done.
Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. I know a wife and a husband. They had a shiny little kid. Can't remember how to play this. I know a wife and a husband. They had a shiny little kid. When that kid turned 16, you won't believe what he did. He smoked a lot of marijuana. He snorted cocaine too. Then he told his parents he was gonna drop out of school. The father pounded on the table. The mother hollered and she screamed. They ran him down to the doctor. Doctor, what does this mean? He put them all on Prozac. Right then and right there. He said, you'll still have your problems, but now you just won't care. And he prescribed a little therapy, some supplementary drugs, but he didn't write a script down for a little more love. Just a little more love. What the heck could it hurt? It might not fix nothing, at least it won't make things worse. But when you're looking at your lifetime from the end when you are done, you know it might look a little better, see a little more love. I know a wife and a husband, and they had a shiny little kid. When that kid turned 16, you won't believe what she did. She said, Mom, I'm sleeping over Susan's. That was just a big lie, 'cause what she really was doing, staying out all night. And when her parents found out, they cried boo-hoo-hoo. And then they called the radio talk show. They asked him, what should we do? He said, send her off to boot camp. That was his advice. It was good for his ratings, but it wasn't very nice. Just a little more love. What the heck could it hurt? It might not fix nothing, at least it won't make things worse. But when you're looking at your lifetime from the end when you are done, you know it might look a little better, see a little more love. I can see that you're a tough guy. You won't be pushed around. You're not going to take it. You're good at putting your foot down. You might get killed by lightning. You might get hit by a truck. But if you are not that lucky, you might just wind up spending years in a rest home without a whole lot to do. but look back on what you did with the time God gave you. Just a little more love. What the heck could it hurt? It might not fix nothing. At least it won't make things worse. When you are looking at your lifetime from the end, when you are done, you know it might look a little better. Big, rough, tough guy to see a little more love. Might look a little better. See a little more love. Bravo! Bravo, bravo! All right, the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild. All right, so if you're coming in late here, you click on your participants window there so you can see that some of the people have their hands raised, their little blue hands. If you raise your hand, we'll know that you think you're in a quiet place over there and that we can unmute you so we can have a little interaction over here. And so here's since we're supporting an organization in Michigan, here's one that I wrote about Michigan. Went to California, it starts out talking about California. Went to California when I was young. Stood beside the highway, waved my thumb. Met a lot of maniacs, met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. People in Michigan say hello to people on the street that they don't even know. And drivers in Boston make a left-hand turn without turning their signal on. In 1993, if you were talking to yourself walking down the street, it was sad because it meant that you were crazy. Now it means that you're a businessman. It's not crazy, but still kind of sad. I went to California when I was young. Stood beside the highway, waved my thumb. I met a lot of maniacs, met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. You know my boss is younger than my children are. I've got to tell you people that is so bizarre. He's so adorable when he yells at me. It makes me want to pinch him on his cheek and say coochie coochie coo coochie. I went to California when I was young. I stood beside the highway, waved my thumb. I met a lot of maniacs, I met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. You know, a lot of good musicians used to say to me, you can't play guitar, you can't sing, so you could never make it in this here scene. And I don't think that they were wrong. But I wonder where they all have gone. I went to California when I was young. Stood beside the highway, waved my thumb. Met a lot of maniacs, met a lot of bums. They were all really kind to me. Life is not like TV. People in Michigan say hello to people on the street that they don't even know. And drivers in Boston make a left-hand turn without turning their signal on. They're not thinking about you at all. They just keep on rolling, they keep on rolling, they keep on rolling along. There you go.
Done.
Hey, let's hear the spattering of applause. It's good. All right, now. So I see Judy is here. Judy is a storyteller, so I'm going to tell a story. Hi, Judy. How you doing? Here, this room that I'm in here is used to be my daughter's bedroom. You know, when she was leaving home, we were faking crying about that. Like, I'm so sad that you're leaving. Her car that was driving her away wasn't around the corner before I moved my office into this room right here. I have to tell you that. And so, but I have a story about this room, and so I understand exhaustion. Exhaustion and I have a long-standing and deeply intimate knowledge of one another. He knows how to slip into my life and make me miserable, and I know that he enjoys doing it. So over the years, I've created this career, kind of a folk singer, storyteller, comic career, while working 2-day jobs and raising kids and having a family. And so the currency that I have spent in order to have this career, the currency I have paid to have this career is sleep. That's right. I have been sleep deprived for the last 25 years. That's right. I built this career when I should have been sleeping, right? I would work all day, then moonlight, the next day go out and work all day. Hard work too, installing alarm systems and all that. And then I would just sleep a few hours and go do it. And the whole years of my children being raised up to me is like a multicolored, sleep deprived blur. Okay? And so one day, had worked 16 hours crawling through people's attics, breathing insulation and asbestos and pushing wires down into dusty holes in the attic. And I came home and I dragged my foot, one leg behind me up the stairs. And the bedroom that my daughter sleeps in is next to the bedroom where my wife, myself, and exhaustion sleep. It's right over there. And there never used to be a door on here. After she left, I put one on here. But while she was here, I didn't give her that because she just wanted to slam it. So I denied her that privilege of adolescence, a slammable door. And so there was no real door here. There was like an accordion door, just kind of a squeaky little flimsy thing here. So sound would travel between the two rooms, right? And so I'm home. I've worked 16 hours. It's 11 o'clock at night. The 5 a.m. setting on my alarm clock is actually taunting me. I can hear it talking. I'm going to ring as soon as you close your eyes, big guy. Right? And I just need sleep. I need a morsel of sleep. I need a molecule of sleep. I just need a driblet of sleep. But I can't get any sleep because my daughter is in this room and she's 15 years old and she's on the phone with her best friend. Now, and they're laughing. Now, I understand laughter. I mean, I'm not hearing a ton of it in this stupid world that we're in now, but in my other world, I used to hear a fair amount of laughter, right? And so I know the difference between tense laughter and happy laughter and all of that, and they all have a little variations. But the laughter of a 15-year-old girl on the telephone with her best friend is a sound that is unlike any other on earth. And I'm just so tired I could cry. And I just need some sleep, but I'm being denied this cure by the shrieks and wails of hysterical teenage laughter dancing out of my daughter's room. And so I decide I have to resolve the issue. So I decide the first thing I do is I start to conjure up my available dad identities that I can manifest in her bedroom doorway in order to bring blessed quiet back to my domicile. So the first dad incarnation that comes to mind is the stereotypical blusterer. This is the one, if I choose to use him, where I would storm over to her bedroom doorway and I would say, I am trying to get some sleep here. You don't care that I have to get up at 5 in the morning. Why should you? You get to sleep till noon. It would never even occur to you that other people might be living in this house. And then I would raise my dictatorial muscle and I would say, hang up that phone right now. And then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there would be quiet. Quiet anger, quiet resentment, and quiet plotting of revenge. You see that dad number one always gets much more quiet than he bargained for. That's because he's 100% bluster and 0% circumspection. His short-sightedness is legendary. He wins the battle at the expense of the war. He is a pawn of exhaustion and is destined to spend his waking hours in an endless cycle of explosive bravado followed by the need to apologize for it, right? So I think maybe dad number one isn't the right guy for this job. So then I conjure up dad number two. Dad number two is still, a pawn of exhaustion, but he lacks the will to fight. Instead, he is a pleader. His method is to crawl out of bed looking as pitiful as possible and to speak in a defeated monotone. I would be like this: Ariel, honey, Ariel, that's my daughter's name. Ariel, I'm so tired. If you love me even just a morsel, please, I beg of you, go downstairs and use the phone down there. So, although sad and, I have to admit, emasculated, this dad, if I decide to use him, will get the job done, but will do so in a way that he won't have to apologize for later. So I think maybe dad number 2 is the guy for this job. So I conjure up my defeated monotone, I roll it around in my mouth, I'm preparing to get out of bed and address the situation when a hitherto unknown door in my mind opens up and out walks dad number 3. He speaks. Dad number 1 is mean and dad number 2 is kind of sad. The problem here is not with the sounds in this house, it's with the way you are choosing to hear them. And I think to myself, great, dad number 3 is a philosopher. I say, is this going to take long? I really need to get some sleep here. And he tells me to shut up. And he continues. He said, let's take a look at what we actually have here, Dawn White. Yes, my fictional dads are on a first-name basis with me. Let's take a look at what we actually have here. You are about to take action that will curtail the sounds of laughter in your house. Is this really what you want? Don't you know that the sounds that happen in a home are part and parcel of the memories that are created there, and that quiet is what happens in a home when you are alone in it? Be careful how much of this you wish for. And then he says it again. The problem here is not with the sounds in this house. It's with the way you are choosing to hear them. And then I get it. Oh man, it's one of those moments in your life where this gigantic white light of understanding washes over you, and I fully understand what's going on. And I ask myself this question: what kind of a father can't go to sleep to the sound of his daughter laughing? And then, as if the asking of the question initiated the metamorphosis, all the sounds coming from my daughter's room are changed. They are transformed. They become music. They become summer rain. I lie back and let them wash over me. I lie back and let them wash over me. I drink in the miracle of my daughter's teenage laughter. It is magic. It is giddy. It is a sound so complete that it is as if all of her molecules are laughing. There is no difference between my daughter, the young adult, and laughter itself. It is one glorious symphony, light and lovely. And she sings me to sleep with laughter. And I dream, oh man, I dream the dreams of a rested man. And in the morning I awake refreshed, rejuvenated, and reborn. I'm reborn in the morning, and exhaustion is gone and will not return until the day has wrestled from me my zest. And I lie in that bed and I look at the ceiling and I think about the home that I was raised in, and I wonder if I had the inclination or the wherewithal to count them. If my laughing memories would outnumber my yelling memories. Get out of bed, walk over to the doorway of my daughter. I gaze in upon her sleeping figure, beautiful and at peace. I whistle a line from her favorite pop song, and I go to work for another 16 hours. All right, thank you.
Thanks, John. Woo!
All right. How am I doing? Are you all right? Are you okay with me? Am I doing all right here? Let me take a look at you.
Woo!
Oh, hello everyone. Hi, Alan, DeBay. Let's say hello, everybody. Hi there. California's represented. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. Look at you. How you doing? So, Michigan, Nebraska, Kansas. We're doing good here tonight. And that's just over on this side. We have people in on Facebook and on YouTube. So we decided that YouTube, we were asking where it was, and we believe it's that way. So hello to everyone over on YouTube, and we think that we think that Facebook is over this way. Hello to all you people scrolling past cat videos and stopping for a minute into my video. Hello over there in Facebook too. So thank you for coming out. I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. So let me play a couple more songs for you, and then we'll see where we're going. So Judy, how was that? Not bad, not bad. Thumbs up. There you go. All right, here we go. All right. This is for my wife. I've been married 42 years. How about that? Congratulate me. Come on, make some noise. Do something. Yeah. All right. 42 years. To the same person. Do you believe that? Yeah. All right. And we were together before that too. All right. And one of the reasons that we stayed married is that she's a punk. And I need to be married to a punk. I need to be married to someone who's like, quicker witted than me, which is no great accomplishment, I have to tell you, but she is. And so here's a little window into our interactions. In the 14, 18, 29, 35, 42, in the 42 years that we have been wed, I've wondered if you ever heard a word I said. Till I said, pass that remote control over here, and you told me to blow it out my ear. I love you, you're a sassy brat. You make me mad, you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. When my fans call up and say that I'm great, you tell them that that is a huge mistake. If they had to live with me, they would understand what a big pain in the ass I am. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad, you'll make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. There are men that like women who they can dominate, that bring them breakfast in bed and always tell them that they're great. Well, my sassy lady never does that for me, but at least a life with her is definitely not boring. She says if you want me to believe that you're great, do a couple loads of laundry around here someday. Hey pal, it's only because you're still kinda cute that I haven't already gotten rid of you. I love you, you're a sassy brat. You make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. You say the kids have both gone to the show. How about a little quickie before they come home? And I say, hey, I suppose you think you're really slick, the way that you keep emphasizing little and quick. All right. It's not that funny, really. I'm not that sure I love you, you're a sassy brat. You hurt my big fat ego and you make me mad. Please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. Sassy bratty lady has been hanging around here, driving me crazy. 42 years. If I could ever afford to see a psychiatrist, I'd ask him why the hell do I like being treated like this. We were in bed, but we were still awake. You said I really love you in this life we've made. I said, hey, can I quote you on what you just said? You told me if I did you'd punch me in the head. Love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad, you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. I hope it's not too much to ask. Let me grow old with my sassy brat.
Very good.
Hey! All right, so I'm gonna do something now that I'm gonna play a song that I haven't played. Might be 15 years or something like that. It's one reason I don't play it is that it's set up to be sung with a man and the woman. So just so you know, the first verse is the man talking to the woman. The second verse is the woman talking to the man. But I will do both of those here tonight. But I want to talk a little bit about this. So this song is called Two Vagabonds in Disguise. So when I was 17 years old, I left home and to hitchhike around the country. And I know I mention this a lot, but I never really talk about what it was about and how it changed me. And the reason why I never really talk about it is because we hitchhiked for 3 years, my wife and I, my girlfriend at first, and my wife. You know, we were the same person. We were not married and married, and then and we've been together ever since. So you're looking at somebody who hitchhiked for 3 years with his girlfriend, that is with his wife, that he's still married to. 42 years later. I might be the only person on earth who could speak that sentence, really, I think. But well, the reason we didn't talk about it was we realized right away that it wasn't fair to people. We had experienced such freedom. And that's really what I want to talk about here, is the freedom, the idea of freedom. And then when I came back and I started talking to people, I was talking to people who were never going to have that kind of freedom. And right away I knew this is something just for her and I to talk about. Now I'm older. I think I'm going to try to write about it. So I'm trying to talk about it a little bit more so that I can start to get some ideas. But this song here, so let's just... I don't want to ramble too much, but freedom is a word like love and power and God. There's a handful of words where it seems to me that the older you get, the bigger the word gets. But it always seems complete at each point. Love is a good example of that. So when you have your first kiss, however old you are when that happens, you don't think that there's a bigger love than that. You're like, this is it. They're like, I'm good here. How could anything be bigger than this? Then you have your first kid, and you realize that what you thought was complete love was nothing. It doesn't even seem like love. And then take it all the way to being 90 years old and bouncing your great grandson or your great granddaughter on your knee, singing a song to them that was taught to you by your grandmother 85 years ago. Like what you feel about love there makes everything else not feel like anything. So there are these words and these ideas that just keep on growing as long as you grow, and freedom is one of those, right? So in 3 years of hitchhiking, my wife and I experienced freedom on a deep level. At first, we just were partying. I was 17 years old. I was like, Canadian Rockies, out of my way. I have to get to California and get high, like I had to go party. But as time went on, we refined it. And by the third year, people would ask us, where are you going? They'd see us by the side of the road, and we'd say, we're just going. We don't know. We're going to see what's down here. And inevitably, somebody would pick us up, and we'd have this big adventure and learn a bunch of stuff. So we didn't have a destination. We didn't have some place to go to, and we didn't have any place to go back to. And that is something that very few people in this life have for any length of time. And it shaped us dramatically. I could talk a long time about it. I'm not going to. But one of the things I want to say is we are good under pressure. Like in our life now, all these years raising these kids and living in a tough city and all that stuff, we are calm under pressure because we hitchhiked for 3 years and we had no control. We had to just assume something good was going to happen, and something good always happened. So in the stressful time, we are not prone to panic. So I'm not recommending anybody do it. I know it's a different world. I'm just saying that that I'm grateful for the adventure and the people that I met and the way it expanded my world, and to have a partner that I still see like that. I still see her as a vagabond. I still see her that way. So I wrote this song in 1983. I probably was 25 maybe years old. We had been off the road for a couple of years. We were living in Maine. This was the second house in Maine, up on a hill. This one had plumbing and running water. It froze in the winter, but it still had a real bathroom and everything. Where the first one we had an outhouse. So we were in this house and we were working minimum wage jobs so hard. She was a waitress at Dave's Diner. Like Dave Moody's Diner, that guy from Maine, and then she would come home and leave the car running. I would hand the two kids off to her, and I would jump in the car and drive back to Moody's Diner and work the overnight shift as the night watchman. She was a waitress, I was a watchman, and we just were working, just like we were so far from what had happened to us. And so one day I was watching her iron her uniform, and just looking and just wondering how, and realizing that nobody saw her the way that I saw her. They saw her as a waitress. I saw her with the wind in her hair on the side of the road in California, hanging around with interesting people, climbing mountains, growing, learning, and all that. And she was brushing her hair later in the front window with the moon behind her. And I wrote this song here. It's called Two Vagabonds in Disguise. And this idea that only the person that you know can see you as to who you are, as who you've been. Like, think about how I feel about that now. I'm 63. We're like an elderly couple now. Like, we get out of the car and the neighbors are like, oh, should we go help them? Look at how they're groaning a little bit. Like, they're both holding their backs and walking. But I see her as 18, long hair, a hippie dress that cost 50 cents in a used store, and nothing but adventure and spirit. So here we go. I hope you like this. Again, I'm resurrecting this one. I think it's been around a long time, but I don't play it. Didn't I know you in 74? You were 18 and out of control, hitchhiking far and wide for 10 months at a time, sleeping by the side of the road. All day long you would walk, hiking boots, Birkenstocks. You lived on black beans and rice. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of a waitress with two kids at her side. Didn't I know you in 74? You were wild, you were out of your mind. Ram Dass and Alan Watts all night in truck stops, your poetry on highway signs. The road was your teacher, then sleeping on beaches and reaching for things in the sky. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of a watchman with two kids at his side. When it's midnight, I work the graveyard shift. Daylight, I sleep, you watch the kids. Noontime, you're ironing your uniform. Midnight, you return, leave the engine on a kiss, a hug at the door. A long time since 74. I left a note for you, a few things we need to do. It's hanging up on the wall. It says power bill must be paid, both the kids have been bathed. Your brother from Florida called. Around and around it goes, where it goes no one knows. Put your feet up for a while. There's wine in the fridge, I'm late, give me a kiss. You know, in in that slow-moving smile, I still see that vagabond child. Didn't I know you in 74? You were wild, you were out of control, hitchhiking far and wide for 10 months at a time, sleeping by the side of the road. The road was your teacher, then sleeping on beaches and reaching for things in the sky. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of the two vagabonds in disguise. When it's midnight, I work the graveyard shift. Daylight, I sleep, you watch the kids. No time, you're ironing your uniform. Midnight, you return, leave the engine on a kiss, a hug and a sigh. Two vagabonds in disguise.
Woo! Great picture.
Woo!
Wow.
I like that one. It's been a long time.
I'm kind of emotional now.
Yeah.
That was awesome, Don. Boy, do I remember that song.
Yeah, all right. I want to play one more song and then we're going to take a break. It's not an intermission, okay? It's just a chance to pass the hat, basically, right? It's going to be 3 minutes. So I'll play this one song and we'll take just a 3-minute break, okay? But thank you for coming. So, and then I'll play after that till about 20 past or so, okay? Thank you for supporting live music, even in this weird world that we're in here. It matters, you know. The musicians, you know, I'm doing okay. My wife's working and all that, but you know, we're it means something to us that you will support us this way. So this concert is free. You don't have to donate, but if you do, we'll share some of the money. Some of the money will go to the Dawn White Ramen Noodle Fund, and some of it will go to our partners, the food gatherers, and we'll try to feed a few people here in this house that I'm in right here, and over there in Michigan as well. So, all right. So here's a new song. I want to play this for you. This is about for my friends in Michigan and my friends here in Massachusetts, where weed is legal, right? Weed is legal in Michigan and weed is legal in Massachusetts. You know, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I think it's okay. I don't smoke it myself, but I'm glad nobody's going to jail for it. If you need it, go ahead, do it, whatever. It used to be partway legal here, like fake legal in Massachusetts. Like you have to get your doctor to sign something saying that you had anxiety or glaucoma or something, you know. But now you just walk in the store and buy it, and it's okay. You know, again, I don't smoke it myself, and I haven't for years. I did plenty of it way back, but I don't, and I haven't for decades now. But I'm glad that nobody's going to jail for it. Let me just say that clearly and plainly. But here are my two concerns, okay? They are in this song right here. My first concern is that you cannot go anywhere in Lynn, Massachusetts, where I live, and not smell weed burning. Nowhere! It's coming out of churches and kindergartens and police cars. It's everywhere. You can get high jogging around this town. So, like everyone's wondering why the joggers are talking so stupid. It's because they're catching it by walking by kindergartens and churches and police cars and cafes in this town. The other thing is, you drive to an intersection and there's like 3 other cars there and smoke is pouring out of all of them, and you're like, okay, the light has turned, go ahead. And they're like, oh no, man, you go. You go. It's all right. We're just going to hang around here for a while. And I'm okay even with that. My real concern is for the quality of focused conversation. I love and adore and appreciate focused conversation. It's how I learn and how I grow. If you speak to me, I do my best to remember what you said and to process it through my life experiences and try to grow